Hello, today I'm gonna show you a backtest of my expert Gann My DAX, which I am using daily for trading the German index. I'm gonna go through the backtest month by month for the last year. I have loaded the tick data into MetaTrader MT4. I have a separate video on my YouTube website showing how to do the uploading of the tick data. I'm using a third-party tool, Quant Data Manager, the free version. And yeah, you check my video about it. So this expert is already on the MQL website. I use it on the 1 minute chart only for the German index. So now I'm gonna start month by month, and then I'm gonna show you something about the input parameters, which are already optimized. So before starting, just a quick word about what do we expect of the monthly return, like in Forex or CFDs trading. So yeah, so as a professional trader, I think if you are getting something above 5% per month, it's good, and so something between 5 to 10% is excellent. So if your monthly return is 10%, that's very good. You can be considered a professional trader. Of course, we have to take into account the drawdown. We shouldn't get drawdown more than 10%. And the companies, the hedge fund companies, they don't make 10% a month. They target 1 to 3% a month. But they are using a lot of leverage, billions, and they focus on risk. So my expert, I am using 2% of my equity. So I choose the lot size as percentage from equity. There is as well if you want to use fixed lot. I think this is quite fair percentage for equity. If your balance goes up, it will use a higher lot size. If your balance go down, it will use a lower lot size. Let's start testing with 10,000 capital. I will not activate the visual mode because I want to do it faster. So the video will be quite long because I'm gonna test 11 months. So I set my target. I want to get a 10% return and then stop trading for that particular month. I disabled the setting for daily target because on daily basis sometimes you are getting you can get on a daily basis 0.2%, but you can also get 4%. So if I make it a value, I will restricting those days that trading will be maybe very good, but we don't know this in advance. And Remember, not every day is profitable, but we are targeting as a whole to get 10% a month. If you're getting 10% a month with a reasonable drawdown, a reasonable profit factor, then we are happy. So why profit factor is important? Because we are here doing backtesting, and in backtesting we are not taking into account the slippage and the sensitivity of spread. So in the live trading, there we will have more losses than the backtesting. So if I target a profit factor of 1.5, then I know the system is profitable. If I target a profit factor of 1.2 of 1.1, then and later on in the life there will be like sudden high drawdowns or high slippage. So these are risk factors. They can impact the system, and so my profitability as well. So let's start July last year. Later on, I'm going to go through this input parameters, and as well this set file will be put on the MQL website. By the way, this screen you see here, that is not the expert. This is another indicator I'm using for the alerts. Yeah, it stopped trading on the 12th of July because it reached the 10%. Yes, check my. Come on, come on. Okay, finally it finished. So this is the summary for July. Started with 10,000 profit, profit 10%, profit factor 1.5, success rate 85%, drawdown less than 4%. Okay, just to highlight this, there are three types of drawdown in MT4. So this is actually the absolute. This is with regards to the starting value. So we did not, from 10,000, we only went down 367 US dollar. It is with regards to the highest peak 4%. So that is more tough. So for those who are using prep firms, some prep firms they are using the dynamic, this one, and some they're using the fixed. So let's say if like Audi City Capital prep firm is using a fixed one, it means if I start at 10,000, I cannot go below, my balance should not go below 9,000. Others, otherwise my account will be closed. So this one, the fixed one is more easy, and it's true. I did not go less than 9,000. So I'm not doing it month by month. You see the lot size started with 2%, and then as the balance increased or decreased, it changes. So this one 1.5, this one passed. I am keeping it track in an Excel file. I will show it at the end of the video. 1.5. So let's continue with August. I mentioned there are three types of drawdowns in MT4. In the summary, so one was for the dynamic, one was for the fixed, and the dynamic it was calculating from the maximum, and the other one is like it's calculating from the maximum to the low of that day. So it's a little bit much easier that one, but the most loose is the fixed one. Okay, August. So after only 5 days of trading, August has reached 10%. It's a little bit slow today, giving the report. So I can press stop, but let it finish itself. So August was a better profit factor of almost 2. Almost no drawdown, $38. Maximum drawdown 3%. Success rate 90. So we get as well 10% for August. Yeah. And around September. There is no system that gives gives you everyday profit. You have good days, you have bad days. You have to judge the system during a longer period. And I think it's a fair way to evaluate a system to do it month by month rather to run it for an entire year or 5 years. You're gonna see a line increasing line. You cannot like objectively identify what it's doing. Twenty 20th of September. Oh, I think it's done, yeah. I have to fix that because I think it's still running on the background remaining days instead of stopping the experts, but I can fix this very quick. So that's why it's taking some time to give the report. We have our 10%. The profit factor is some a little bit lower, 1.26. Drawdown acceptable, success rate acceptable. So let me update this in updating these figures in the profit factor in Excel and continue with October. You can have like consistent profit every day, but then you have to do trade manually and spend a lot of time watching the chart and checking retracements and price action, but this will take a lot of time. And yes, we can make more than 10% a month, but then we have to take more risk, and then if we take more risks, then maybe some month we'll be getting 30%, and then other months we'll be getting only 2%. But I have optimized these settings that we have a consistent profit, and 10% is really high. I think it's done now. #21. 1.34 profit factor, less than 5% drawdown. So let's continue with. I'm gonna take a break and then continue with November. So I'm gonna pause the video now. So let's continue backtesting November. So 14 November, it reached the 10%. Profit factor 1.4, drawdown less than 5%. So December, there's a lot of holidays, so almost no trading after second week of December. But let's check the entire month. I'm keeping track of all these profit factors in the Excel file. Okay, it reached 9%. 18 December, and here 9%. Oh, we got a 9%, but after the 20th, after Christmas, yeah, this is happening after Christmas, after 26th, yeah. So up to Christmas, it was 9%. Yeah, obvious, it's the holidays, yeah. Normally there market should be closed. There should no data. I think on the 25th maybe it was closed. Yeah, on the 25th. We have 24 and 26. So yeah, 1 day no trading. Yeah. So up to Christmas, got almost 10%, 990 US dollar. Anyhow, we have the balance. Yeah, no profit, no loss. So profit factor of 1.06. Okay. Drawdown a little bit higher, 7%, 7.3. But the absolute drawdown is $68. So that's good. January. If you trade manually, why you are making more money? Because you know when there are major news events, major news releases, we try to avoid trading during the news events. So 15 January, after 2 weeks of trading, we got a 10%. It's good, 4% Drawdown 1.45 profit factor is good. How much was success rate? 85%. There are some systems where you have a very low success rate but good profit factor. But if you see a high success rate, your morale is going up. You'll be happy. February. Nineteen February, 10%. Okay, 1.4. Come on. I noticed, you can see it as well in the backtest, the first week of the month, first day of the month, and the last days of the month are usually less profitable, because in the first week of the month, major news releases are announced, like the non-farm payrolls, and yeah, and there is a lot of uncertainty in the first week because they don't know how the trend is going to be, and it is the same for the end of the month. This major traders, they close the big positions because the new month is coming, and they don't know what's gonna happen. So then you see a lot of change of trend. So I noticed this as well during the back test a lot of times. So 1 till 7 of the first month, it's like a lot of times choppy, and after the first week you see establishing a trend, and then on the 30th of the month, it's also always a high risk day. March 11th. We're still profitable, but the profit factor is less. 1.27. Draw down a little bit higher, but still below the 10%, which I wanted as target, as limit. If you want a higher profit factor, you could as well target for 8% monthly target. Everything between 5, above 5 is good monthly return. Just after 1 week of trading, we reach our target. If you have 10% return monthly, I mean, why should continue trading in order to get more than 10% to risk, for example, to get 20%, but you're risking your 10% you already have. So 1.44, that's good. So just after 6 days of trading. very high profit factor, very low drawdown, 2.26 profit factor. So let's check June. A lot of zigzag in June. But remember, there was a conflict, Israel with Iran. I think after the 20th, 23, that was resolved. Start going up. '19, America was involved. 23rd, there was a ceasefire. We reached that 10% 26th of June. But the profit factor is 1.1, 1.14. It's not good, but at least we have reached the 10% profit, but there's a lot of zigzag, a lot of losses. So we have to, how many trades? 362 trades. Okay, at least the drawdown is below the 10%, 6.06, 6.06. So let's run the 1 year backtest in one shot. This is what you see on the most website of the experts. But this is not significant. It doesn't tell me anything. You can have here a lot of bad days and a couple of good days. Just one rising line. So this will take a time. So if you see an equity chart like this, then in almost for all experts, they look good. The real performance, you have to break it down to see the real performance. So I will leave this running. I'm gonna press pause. I will get back once it's finished. I want to go through the parameters very quick. So these are the input parameters for the expert. I'm not using a spread filter, but you can if you want. So the lot size, I'm using 2% of the equity. Stop loss 50 points. There's a parameter to delay the interval, to have an interval between trades, because if you're using prop firms, or as well sometimes your regular brokers, if you may open too frequent trades, they say you are a high frequent trader, your account may be closed. This risk current per only shows the gain and the loss of the pair you're running the expert for. But suppose you are as well parallel having some manual trading and you don't want to include those losses, profits, then you say yes, here true. Then only the pair you're running the expert for will show the risks and the profit. This is my daily drawdown protection, very important. Again, if you are using prop firm, it's gonna be 5% per day, most of them. The tailored target, I leave it open. I'm not using a tailored target. I want to maximize the target per game, per day. A monthly profit of 10%. If you really want to have a higher profit factor, you can have a lower drawdown. You can even take 8%. My trial stop is 10 points. I'm using a moving average. I am on the using 1 minute chart. This means correspondence to 200 moving average on the 5 minutes. So I put here 1000. This is the optimum trading time for the German index. My platform time is GMT plus 3. So this 10:20 corresponds with 9:20 GMT plus 2, which is Germany time. So GMT plus 3, my broker time. So you have to adjust it according to your broker time. I'm using all the Gann levels. Time from price action is 1 minute because I'm on the 1 minute chart. No close at night or other time. So thank you. I'm gonna put this set file on the MQL website. And the expert is as well available there. Thank you.